went on to become the Beatles.
Okay, welcome back to the Breakroom, everybody. Another episode of Tommy's Scary Stories. This is our
since I've been here. It's not a real direct way, just go the end of the way.
It's our daily show that keeps you updated on the nerdy news you need to know. Today's show brought to you by Pluto TV, which offers hundreds of free live channels and thousands of free on-demand movies. They've been sponsoring the show all week. We appreciate you, Pluto TV. Coming up on today's episode, Venom getting a new direction with a new director. William Harper Jackson, almost said William Jackson Harper. That's a very different guy. Lands in a good place, and we gain some clarity on Vision and much more. Specifically, some Doom, some Fantastic Four, some speculation. With me to do that, we've got Whitney Van Laningham. And a dog!
Hello, my name is Pugsley Adams, and I'm a very good boy, and I'm very pleased to be here.
I'm surprised. When did that little watermelon get arms, legs, and a face?
I don't know. He's just a little melon guy.
We're very placid. We've got Jay Washington's here.
I like how Zach was like, yeah, we got Jay Washington here. We're going to get to Tommy. That's the big, important part. I'm glad to be back.
I wanted to gap it a little bit so you didn't have to follow a dog. You know what I mean,
oh,
Jay?
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know what? I will follow Pugsley.
He doesn't need to get top billing over you.
Listen.
He can't even read it. Won't bother
him. Normally the only dog on the break room, Tommy Bechtold.
I got that dog in me. And let me put it to you this way. This crew of people, even though there is still a rotten apple core of a chat going on during this show, three people I love so much on the show with me today. And in fact, I'd like to introduce you to a new friend of mine. I brought my newest member of the Bechtold family. Thumbs down, you losers. You fell for it again. I can't own animals. Not after my dog circus got shut down.
Okay,
What?
That's another scary tale for a different day. As Tommy mentioned, thank you to everybody in the chat. As a redemption today. Now, Jessica Clemons is not here today. She's prepping. I heard she is. It takes her 4 days to prep her Halloween costume. So she's already started that process. Yeah. But she did, this is true, she did prep our chat redemption.
She did.
And these are all truth or dare prompts that will be spurred every time we hit $100 in the super chat. Jessica wrote all of these.
Yeah.
I've not seen them. I don't know what they are.
I might do a sample just so you guys see what we got. We all have no idea. We're flying blind here. This is one of the truths. And
Your finger's kind of thick to get in that glass.
I know. These fingers were made for loving, not for reaching into glass.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
A hole this small? Not for
Sausage
me.
fingers,
Okay.
made for
All
loving.
right.
Okay, this is truth. Truth. Do you love Jessica Clemons? If so, how much? If not, why not?
Wait, are all of them this?
Wow.
Are
What if
all of
every single
might be.
question is about
All right,
Jessica?
Camera 4. Most people know I don't have a lot going on for me. My life could best be described as tragic, with a little blend of what the hell happened to that guy? He had so much potential. The opportunities I've squandered in my life are more than any of you trash bags will ever even be offered. I have one reason to get up in the morning, and that's Jessica Clemons. She's my sun, but she's also my moon, because I want to think about her in the morning and in the evening.
Okay.
She's like a pizza bagel to me. Jessica Clemons in the morning, Jessica Clemons in the evening, Jessica Clemons at supper time. When Jessica Clemons is your best friend, you can have Jessica Clemons anytime.
Okay. All right. That's the level of
right.
strangeness you can expect from the redemption.
Hug. I didn't know what to do.
I simp for Jess.
We're all a
I
bunch
simp
of...
for Jay. And
Okay.
God knows I simp for Whitney. And I've been simping for Zach since 2009.
I thought that was sipping. Okay,
sipping with Zach.
let's move on to the headlines of the day. Yes. It's actually a really good day for nerdy news today. First off, we haven't been talking about the Venom franchise for a minute.
Yeah.
But Venom 3 is in the works, and it has a director, Kelly Marcel. It's probably a name you don't recognize. She's never directed anything before. She has been a producer on the previous two Venom films.
Yes.
Supposedly is a close collaborator with Tom Hardy. I'm kind of speculating it's a little bit of a Hardy power move.
Yeah.
Get his person
course.
in there, right? Andy Serkis directed Let There Be Carnage. He's a known director who's worked on a lot of big franchises. This is like, hey, I'm gonna have my director do this.
Yes. I like that. I think Hardy is taking control of the Venom franchise. He's like, look, these movies have made over $1 billion combined. This is a $1 billion franchise. Say what you want. I personally am a fan. I'd like to see.
Why are you caveating it
Yeah,
with
you
say
really-
what you want?
Because
Say
there
what
are.
you want.
Listen, I happen to know a few venomous haters in my life, And I try and tell them, I'm like, listen, you can say you don't like the movies. Yeah, that's fine, Jay. Put your hand right up and then give me a 5. Okay? Because that's the type of positivity we're bringing to this Friday. No, I hope Eminem comes back and makes a song.
I was going to say, I hope Eminem is director of Venom 4.
That's
what
you know
I
what?
want.
Give me a Morbius cameo in this movie.
Give me one. Give me 2.
Let him swim somewhere.
Give me 7 Morbius cameos.
We might have news about that
This
later.
is too much about Morbius. That is way too much cameos.
A single Morbius mention is too much.
Just
for
too
Jay.
many.
It is literally Morbius.
Okay, swerving away from the Spum C and to the normal MCU, Daniel Brühl, it's a German last name, a.k.a. Baron Zemo. I can pronounce
I'm
that.
sorry, I just want to stop you real quick. Baron Helmut Zemo.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
As I learned
from Rogue
yesterday.
Yes.
His first name is Helmut.
Helmets.
Isn't that great? Like Helmut Lang, the
Yes.
fashion designer.
Yes.
So
Interesting. What a
he
smart guy.
did an interview recently where he's asked where we're going to see Zemo next, and of course, because he's a smart guy and he doesn't spoil any Marvel news, he said, I don't know, Zemo's not dead, aka we're going to see him in something. Now he has not. Of all the people that have been announced to be involved in the Thunderbolts movie, we got Yelena, we got Red Guardian, we got John Walker, right? All those characters.
Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier.
No Zemo so far. He's not in the poster, hasn't been announced to be involved in that movie. But in the comics, of course, Zemo's a huge part often of the Thunderbolts. Sometimes the leader of the Thunderbolts.
Well, I've heard an interesting theory, I believe somewhere on the new Rockstars channels, that believes that states that ultimately by the end of Thunderbolts, Zemo will be in charge.
Ooh.
There's a little bit of a Valentina might either get or displaced or kidnapped, and Zemo will come in.
Or maybe she's in cahoots with Zemo.
I love cahoots.
I mean, look, there's so many people involved in all these projects coming up, and the people who are involved have signed 37 NDAs before we started this show, and so they are not going to tell you anything. And what you good? You need
we do have a snoring dog on the
He's
show.
snorting. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I know that's what he does.
I know.
I know that's what he does. It's like you need a sleep apnea machine.
You know what, baby? I think it's time for you to go back to work in the big office, okay? We love you.
Bye, Pugsley.
But yeah, so it's like I hate the fact we're always hearing people are asking these stars who are of the movies and TV shows, when are we going to see you next? Knowing good and damn well they're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
They're not going to. It's like you're trying to get a soundbite that you're not going to get.
Right.
I mean, granted, we have this conversation going right now, which is what you want, but in general, you're like, well, more than likely this one thing, but nothing confirmed.
Right.
Yeah, and honestly, though, of course, reporters are going to ask these questions. As fans, we don't want to know. How great would it be if you don't know Zemo's going to be?
Say it again for the people in the
right?
camera. Oh my God.
We need some surprises left in our lives, and I know I say that as an employee of New Rockstars, where we comb to every trailer and clip to try to spoil everything possible.
Boom!
But
Did I surprise you?
you did. Thank you, Tommy. Yes, and so speaking of things that are still going to be surprises, we've got some casting news for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, this is a movie that is wrapped, right? It's coming out in February.
Yeah.
We already got a trailer for it, but we just got a casting announcement. This has kind of been hinted at before, but William Jackson Harper confirmed to be, there he is, confirmed to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, they have not confirmed who he's playing, and in fact, they're being purposefully secretive about it. They refuse to say who he's playing, Marvel, and he's a big-time actor. In fact, we're going to make him today's Fresh Face Friday.
Wow, what an honor.
That's right. We do this every once in a while. We do a Fresh Face Friday brought to you by Geology Skincare. A segment where we celebrate a new face who's coming to the MCU. And this week, we're highlighting Mr. Harper. Now, you might recognize him, certainly if you're a fan of the wonderful sitcom The Good Place. Maybe if you caught The Underground Railroad on Amazon, or Midsommar, that freaky Scandinavian horror movie. He's worked a lot in the last 5 years. I guess he was on that Jack Ryan series, too. I haven't watched that. But
Then season 3, I believe, premieres soon.
okay. With Krasinski? Krasinski.
Johnny Kras.
Regimen now?
Some people have been speculating that
beauty regimen.
William Jackson Harper could have some connections to the Fantastic Four, which John Krasinski's often associated with. Tommy's putting some Geology Skincare to work. if you don't know how to take care of your skin, and
Just
a
heard
lot
my
of folks
cry out for me. She must know I'm making my skin tight and right.
they offer, our friends at Geology offer a whole range of products to help your skin look its best. And they even help you figure out what you need. You take a little quiz on their website. You can go to the link that's on screen right now or that's in this video's description. Take a little quiz. You get the oily skin, the dry skin, acne, wrinkles, whatever. And they kind of give you all the great products that will help you stay fresh-faced, like William Jackson Harper.
This feels good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
My face feels fresh. We have.
Wait, which one? Did you use this?
No, I used this. This is the face morning
Okay, I was
cream.
like,
What are
please let me
they?
put the face
Okay,
wash
so
on.
that's a
That's the
wash.
face morning
This is
cream.
a
We
moisturizer.
crossed over 50, so I'm just gonna real quick.
Oh, okay. And real quick, let me wrap up. Head to,
Sure.
head to geology.com/newrockstars. Use the promo code Rockstar70 to save yourself 70% off your order. 70% off.
That's a lot.
Yes.
That's a really good deal.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tommy, we've got a little bit of a redemption. Then we're going to come back and speculate on who he might be playing in Ant-Man and the
I
Wasp.
know I simped for Jess a little bit on the first truth, but I ain't gonna apologize. My skin is glowing, Lily. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do truth again. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do dare.
You be a man.
Dude,
bold.
dare.
Let's do dare. Let's do dare. I'm just afraid they're gonna make me be quiet.
While Tommy pulls that out, thanks to Haley, Caroline, Hot Rod Baker, Zach Braddock. Also, Pickle Brick from New Zealand in the chat. I don't know. It's like tomorrow there.
Okay. Look at camera 4 and tell the audience how you really feel about Black Widow.
This is a dare or this is a truth?
This is a dare.
But it's technically a truth.
It is a
hiding
truth.
as a dare.
Well,
Yeah.
Because the internet
That's
is
like a little bit
unforgiving.
of both.
listen to me. I'm going to address the film and not the politics behind the film.
oh.
Black Widow featured the most unnecessary green and blue screening in a feature film I've ever seen in my entire life. They blue screened a scene where they're sitting at a gas station picnic table having a conversation. Do you know we're in Los Angeles? There are 15 million gas stations that have picnic tables outside of them. They couldn't use one of those practically. We got to go build like fake elements of that. Scarlett Johansson, all-timer, big fan. Florence Pugh, huge fan.
Incredible.
David Harbour, huge fan. Rachel Weisz, look at my MySpace from 2004. You will understand the feelings I have towards Rachel Weisz. The bad guy sucked. Dreykov was terrible. It's not his fault. I like that actor. There's just nothing to him. He was a guy in a suit with a ring that made release pheromones. You know what? I wear a lot of jewelry. No one's attracted to me.
You're currently wearing no jewelry.
You have no jewelry on at all.
Am I? Or is it invisible super Cree technology jewelry that's so cool? Or is it all hidden? Is it all piercings you can't see? Anyway, why introduce pigs that can be controlled by an iPad if there's
don't
no
have
payoff for that
There's
technology?
no piercing. I thought it was this nipple.
No, it's just hard all the time. Okay. I call this one my North Star. I call this one the Renegade.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
So that's how I feel. I feel like that movie was not my favorite. Kind of a mess. Feel like they deleted a lot out of it. Feel like they did Scarlett wrong. Then they had a lawsuit. They gave her some more money. Did it right. Should have come out in theaters. This whole COVID. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No. In all seriousness, I understand why it had to come out on streaming because of health precautions, and I know they held it for a long time. That movie was doomed before it started. I think we will be kinder to it as time
Yes.
progresses, and
Yeah.
more of it makes sense. And the character of Yelena really takes flight,
Yeah.
as that is her introduction.
Yeah, and same
rest
with
my
Red
case.
Guardian. Red
Yeah,
Guardian, who we're going to
absolutely.
see more and more
Yes.
of. Okay, I want to come back to William Jackson Harper. They're not saying who he's going to play. We've been speculating around the office. Oh, he could just be like one of the citizens of the quantum realm. Maybe he's a leader in Cosmopolis or whatever the name of that place might be. But like, maybe they would probably tell us if his name is Gaggorg or whatever, and he's
Yeah.
the mayor of
Yeah,
Cosmopolis,
if he was
right?
if he
I
was
hope he's playing
irrelevant.
Gag Gorg.
One of your favorites,
where all he does is gag. Good evening.
Okay, good.
Welcome to the Micropolis.
All right.
Tommy's gag reflex
Like
is in order.
the gagging waiters sketch on the Dana Carvey
Yeah, Steve Carell.
You don't know my nickname in college was the Gag Hag?
Okay, all right. Jay was about to make, I think, a cogent point here.
Oh,
What was
sorry,
he gonna
Jay.
say?
No worries. No worries. I don't think he's anybody in that city.
Oh,
I don't think because you're not just gonna, like you said, they would have told you he was somebody in that city. We've seen stills that there are people. We've seen that there's like big ass technology in buildings, and it looks better than every downtown in every other universe they've created. He is somebody super important to the story going forward.
Yeah.
And my speculation, he might be Reed Richards.
Yeah, I like it.
Because remember, Kang is a descendant of Reed. So a black dude and a black dude, you know, this way when nobody else say, well, they mixing raisins, I want to see a vanilla and chocolate swirl baby. Like, no, you get a regular.
Were you doing an impression of me?
You get hey, goddamn it, I don't want to see no more white.
Why do you gotta keep making them not white?
I want
My
this
childhood.
I want my baby with rosy red cheeks, okay? You got to make sure my
They
baby
should
glisten.
be medically overweight.
It won't
Too coated
diabetes.
in their hair.
Diabetes.
Bad case of rosacea.
I'm gonna be eczema.
Impotent.
He ain't got no sperm.
And a butt for days.
All right, ass for weeks.
Okay.
AKA Bechtoldian. Diana. God bless you.
Okay.
Thickness. All thickness. But yeah, you could have him be Reed.
I love that.
Because again, with an actor this prominent, Marvel is not picking up prominent actors for one-offs. Like there are good actors. There are B-list actors. There are some that are like B+, but then there are A-list actors. And William Jackson Harper, he's hitting that level of A-list.
Yes.
So he's not going to be around just for one movie.
Yeah,
because this is a big setup movie.
He's a younger guy that they would love to like invest in for the next 10 years, like your Jonathan Majors, like your Catherine Newtons, right? Who are like seem to be rising up, or like Chris Hemsworth was when he first became Thor, right? Like they want people going on their way up that maybe they're going to invest in for a bunch of movies. I love that because also, right? We saw that shot in the trailer where we see Bill Murray, right? And we see he's kind of one of the only like human-faced people we see in the quantum realm. You would think if like William Jackson Harper was his buddy or coworker or something like that, you know, he would be included in the shot. There's a reason they haven't shown him in any of the footage yet, right? Yeah, love it. Any other thoughts on who he could be playing?
Yeah, I had one and then I went on an insane rant and I lost it. I had one at the tip of my tongue.
Oh, well, you were joking in the obvious earlier. He could voice one of...
Yeah, well, that, I meant it as a joke. My concern is, like, what if they just do him a little dirty and, like, Paul Rudd takes some weird quantum realm hallucinogenic by accident and the ants start talking to him and it's, like, Chidi's voice, William Harper Jackson.
If one of the ants ain't Snoop Dogg, I don't care.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hey, cuz.
You would start. It's not like William Harper Jackson has like a voice that people are like, I could pick that voice out of anywhere. So I'm hoping. I think some people were saying maybe Nathaniel Richards.
Ooh.
He could be a younger Reed. Then maybe we get an older Reed Richards, which I think a lot of people are kind of hoping for. Maybe the Fantastic Four has been doing their own thing.
Well, and we're obviously going to come back to Fantastic Four later in the show, and like maybe how this could tie into that. There's a lot of like time questions about Fantastic Four. When that movie's going to be set, and we know that the quantum realm does stuff with time, right? That's obviously that was the mechanism for time travel in Endgame. So okay, we're going to come back to that, but we've got some Black Panther Wakanda Forever news. They're releasing some clips now. These are like full scene clips, or not quite full scenes, but like consecutive. It's not spliced together like a trailer. So we're not going to show them in case you want to be at this point as unawares heading into the movie, unspoiled. Get all these are some fun action sequences. One of the clips is kind of from the flooding that we have seen pieces of in previous trailers, but this is a more extended one that features M'Baku kind of beating the hell out of a Talokan warrior. Some other kind of cool stuff. Shuri in a fighter plane kind of deal. And then the other clip is of Namor, which now I'm realizing the way Tinoch Huerta says it is more of a Namor?
It's Namor.
Namor. Ooh.
Namor.
Me Namor.
But you'll find we'll probably find out why he says it that way. Because again, maybe it's always been that, and we just all of a sudden be like, yeah, it's Namor because that's what it spelled like. Just Namor, okay?
We joke about that all the time, where if it's something you've been reading in comics for years
and
and
you
spelling,
don't know.
pronouncing in your brain, but you've never heard it said out loud.
I get called out so much for the weird ways that I pronounce things, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I learned how to read wrong.
Whitney, I don't understand why that would be a problem. Right, Zach?
Okay.
Zach?
Well, we're gonna mention some Fantastic Four villains and brutally mispronounce them in hilarious ways here in a couple minutes.
Oh, I can't wait.
But we're excited. Jay has seen the movie. He was at the premiere. We've seen some fun pictures of him with some
new
celebrities.
Day. Shouts out Kof, Xavier Woods and Big E, man, and a bunch of other people that we hung out.
jealous.
I will not spoil this movie at all. Because again, I'm under embargo just as much as everybody else. I did say, like, look, this gives you all the things you needed to hit.
Yeah.
What everybody wants it to hit, it does. You know, there are always going to be people that have their feelings of like they should have T'Challa back. There's people going to have that no matter what. But again, this is about moving the story of Black Panther forward. And no, I'm not saying that just to get rid of T'Challa. I'm not saying that any means. So don't at me at your mama.
Mom, are you watching? I think she is. She said she was good.
Don't come at me. But yeah, it gives you all of the emotional points, the action points, the story points, everything you want this movie to hit. It does.
Oh, L. Sween asked how is and then he put a name pronounced. That name is pronounced Noma Gassiapara.
Okay.
Noma.
He's a leader of a different tribe of people.
Somebody said it's time for a trooper dare in the chat.
Oh, yeah, we have hit. Thank you to It's Pork Roll, Jeremy Leah,
You know what? I'm
Francis
going there.
S.
I'm a thug. Let's
Oh, bold.
Let's do it.
Again, these are all written by Jessica Clemons,
do this. I have on my
who's not here
supervillain
today.
hoodie.
That's right.
My
You
resident
are the
super-
Mad Titan.
And the resident supervillain. All right.
What? Oh, we owe two?
Oh, we owe two of these. Okay, I'll do a truth when it's done.
What is it? Tell us.
I got to read this out loud. Keep it tight. Clench your butt for the next 3 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
3 minutes? Can we get a clock?
That is a long time to
That's
keep a
a
butt
long
clenched.
time to
Did someone set
clench.
an alarm on their iPhone?
Can you at least
Somebody said the alarm about the clench.
can you at least pulsate a little bit? Does it have to be fully clenched?
I'm about to start now. Okay, all right, here
Jessica.
we go.
Again, these are all written by normal host Jessica Clemons, who's not here today.
Oh, God.
I think mine's going to be a lot easier. Mine's the truth. What's the worst thing you've ever done? I think I've mentioned this on the show before. The thing I regret the most, when I was a 19-year-old asshole in college in the state of Florida, which is a pretty low bar to clear, me and some buddies ordered pizza, and then when the Domino's delivery driver showed up, we stole the sign off his car.
Oh,
And now, in hindsight, having had a lot of bad jobs in my life, I'm like, that guy is probably working for about $7 an hour.
And he probably had to pay for it.
Yeah, and he probably had to pay for it, or he got fired, or something like that. So you, sir, whoever you are out there, Gainesville, Florida, Domino's delivery driver from 2003, I apologize to you.
Oh, wow. That's insane. Zach,
Getting
I
the
don't
crib
want to
in my
go too
ass
rogue.
cheek.
Do you mind if I take this headline? Because I have some thoughts
Please.
on it. All right. Jeff Schneider from the Hot Mic podcast is reporting that Marvel is currently working on a show featuring Vision that is called, working title, Vision Quest. I have a question for all you Schneider heads out there in the Schneiderverse. What did this guy do to get these scoops? And, I mean, like, a scoop a week. John and I were talking, and John, this is more my shade than John's. A scoop a week is not journalism. You know, like, you do a scoop, you get, you know, you got something big for the New York Times. That's like a 3 times a year thing you're scooping. This guy's scooping every week.
He's
Jeff,
like the
what do you know?
He's like the Adrian Wojnarowski
That's
or
right.
Sean Sarania.
Schneider bombs.
Well, here's one thing, and for a background, this guy's previously broken some stories. Like, he said there was going to be no Fantastic Four casting announcement at D23. He was right. He said some other things. Poor Jay is. Jay's never going to be the same. One more
got
minute.
that gorilla grip going on the chair.
But and again,
I'm doing Kegels in my ass cheeks.
Oh my God.
The Jussie is tight.
Which, for some background, there was a comics arc in the 80s, West Coast Avengers, called Vision Quest, where Vision is kidnapped and has his memory wiped. A lot of that story was kind of already been used in WandaVision, incorporated into the White Vision kind of origin story. Part of, you know, their whole kids not being real thing. Do we think this is legit? Do we think there is a White Vision?
I mean, listen, as much as I tossed...
Okay, and 3 minutes
As
are
much
up.
as I tossed a little bit of shade on Jeff Schneider, he does have a tendency to be right. I'm just wondering, I mean, is this one guy getting all these leaks, or is he just brilliantly able to predict things? Is he one of those people, like, you know, like the TV shows where they have the cop that's the psychic cop, but they're really just very observant and, like, they're like, oh, that wall has this type of paint that was over here. He really reads the tea leaves well.
Well, I got to say, maybe he has one source, and that source is
Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige. Yeah.
It does kind of feel that way.
Again, if you follow professional sports, there's often a lot of leaks about like free agency signings and stuff like that, and it's often coming from like the general managers of teams, like the highest up people.
I actually, because of Schneider, I talked to my uncle. My uncle is a reporter for the Buffalo News. And I was asking him, like, how do you get your scoops? And he's like, well, how I learned is one time I was trying to do an expose on pizza deliveries. So I posed as a Domino's pizza delivery driver in Florida, and I was delivering pizzas to these college students, and they actually stole my Domino's sign on. And my car, and my boss held me at gunpoint for 48 hours.
Oh, no.
And actually took my pinky finger. And I could. And back then there wasn't the internet, so I couldn't write anymore, and it killed my journalism career.
Wait.
My wife left me, and I found comfort in the glassy arms of a syringe.
Okay.
What?
Jesus, Tommy.
All right. What a wild coincidence that matches my previous story. Okay, we want to move on to our main topic here today, Fantastic Four. Okay, part of another Jeff Schneider kind of breaking news thing.
We got to come up for a thing for that.
Yeah.
A
Schneider bomb?
A Schneider bomb. Is that good? Schneiderverse?
yeah.
Schneider curse?
No, please God, don't say Schneiderverse because
Schneider
No,
sounds
too
like
close.
a shot
Too
that
close.
we're going to take later today
Gold
at the
Schneiders.
Halloween party.
Schneider pedo?
Yeah.
Pedo, also not the right
No,
term.
no, no, no.
We'll figure it out. Throw it in the chat if you know what we should call when
Schneider grenade.
When Jeff Schneider drops some news. So we did get some Fantastic Four movie updates. The Fantastic Four writers, we've known those previously, Jeff Kaplan and Ian Springer. They've been working on the script. We know Matt Shackman is on board to direct. But in more interesting news, Jeff Schneider, the aforementioned Schneider bomb dropper, he's reporting that Dr. Doom will not be the villain of the upcoming Fantastic Four film. Okay? Of course, every time we've seen the Fantastic Four in movies previously, Dr. Doom has been there.
I think all respect to Julian McMahon and Tony Kebbell, but I think we've seen the Dooms on screen. I wouldn't mind if they slow play Dr. Doom. I mean,
Thank you.
As a kind of like person who's not overtly evil yet, or at least is not presenting their evil
we know,
out to the world.
You know, obviously Thanos has been our big bad for a while. He's gone. We know Kang is currently going to be the big bad for quite a while. Maybe they're saving Doom for farther
And that's
down
what
the
I
road,
think.
right?
I think that's what it is. I think we're going to get introduced to him in another movie in these two phases. But I think he becomes the next big bad because when you have Thanos and then you have Kang, you have quantum and cosmic elements of bad guys. Then next you'll be like, okay, what is it, Galactus? What is it, this? Give me something different. And Doom has taken out the entire Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And remember, Kevin Feige keeps saying these phases are all about technology meeting magic. And he is the one person who knows it best.
Yes.
That's a really good point.
I mean, there might be a rogue theory coming out tomorrow
it. I
that
like it. You're so
really
smart.
sums this all up in a really eloquent package with minimal cursing.
Of course, we're not going to minimal cursing. I doubt it. We're not going to prod Jay, who has seen. He's the only one here that's seen Wakanda Forever. Of course, there's been this long-standing rumor because of Doom's kind of connections to Wakanda and Black Panther and in Namor in the comics that he might show up in Wakanda Forever. We're not going to talk about that. It lives as a rumor until the movie comes out and we can all watch it.
We're actually getting. I picked all that up.
Okay. You speak Mug? I didn't know you speak Mug.
I speak Mug. I speak Mug. I speak Mudhorn. I think that, first of all, this is wonderful news to me. That Doom is not going to be the main villain in Fantastic Four. There are other, we could have Galactus showing up. We could have Mole Man, personal favorite of mine. Shout out to Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. Obviously, Kang could be waiting in the wings. Maybe William Harper Jackson's character in Quantumania is going to be set up as the villain for Fantastic Four. Perhaps it's someone that's working closely with Hank Pym, or maybe it's like Hank Pym's protege, or Hank Pym is a mentor figure, and then something happens and he becomes a villain. Lots of villain origin stories begin with friendship, right?
Well, and like he could even, oh my god, he could even. I like that thought. Like he can start as like a not villainous character, and they give a new origin to a comics villain that we've known for a long time, right?
They're like, what happened to him? He's doomed. Okay. Victor Von Doom.
But here's the thing too. Maybe he could be just somebody who tests the Fantastic Four. He, like you say, he could be just the polar opposite of Reed, a Hank Pym protege, or they just both went to MIT together. And then if he's appearing in Quantumania, then that's like, oh, there's this story about this guy who knows this other guy. This other guy's Reed Richards, things like that. But I agree with keeping Doom away. Because if you bring them in, it's like, oh, they got to get rid of them already.
Yeah.
They got to get rid of them.
I'd rather see a slow burn leading up to
Yes.
him, personally.
I like my Doom to be slow.
I like my
slow
Doom like I like my women. A little slow.
Okay.
Slow, secretive, not very interesting.
With a mask on.
Yeah, covered in metal.
Covered
That's
in
right.
metal,
Covered in
and in
metal.
a
flawed,
cloak, and in a
psychotic,
tunic.
murderous.
Army of robots.
And
Fueled
you
by
gotta
vengeance.
twiddle her fingers.
Yeah, well, I like that too, because like, ooh, how great would it be if we get Doom in a not Fantastic Four property, and then over the course of several movies we build. It's like we're wrestling fans here, right? You don't set up your two big guys against each other early.
Right.
That you need a multi-year or month
Yes.
arc building to them
Yes.
coming together.
I
right?
love it, Zach.
Well, we're putting more wrestling into the break room. We're really
It's
trying
true.
to.
As somebody who's been in the business 22
Yes.
years, I appreciate
Well,
it.
that's why when you're on, we try and show off for
And
Daddy.
the next time you're doing a live show, Jay, we'd love to come watch.
Okay, yeah,
we'll do
definitely
an
show.
official New Rockstars meetup.
Yes, I will definitely let it be known.
Yes, please do.
Okay. Well, we kind of previously mentioned, and we've kind of hinted at some options here, and I love Jay's thought that this could be, or somebody said Kang, right? Tommy maybe said it, but Tommy mentioned Molecule Man. Somebody else said Galactus.
Mole Man.
Who else do we think?
Analyst?
Analyst?
That's not how it's pronounced.
Exactly.
Annihilist.
A nihilist.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm sorry, man, but I've been reading it in the comics as analyst my whole life, and I'm
Oh my
not changing
God.
now. I can't change now.
No room
Too
to
late.
back out of this one. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I'm going to defeat the whole world.
I've got the whole world in
My
my
ass.
hands.
That's another
Oh,
good
hey.
wrestling
Yes.
reference.
Yes.
Yeah, and Jay, you were mentioning an interesting option earlier.
So there's a bunch of different Fantastic Four villains. A Fantastic Four villain a lot of people keep forgetting about is in a movie already. Namor. They actually fight him.
Yeah.
So you could be keeping Namor around. Like, again, who knows if we're getting rid of Namor after one movie? Probably not if you're introducing him. We just talked about it. You want people to be around for a while. We're building up to the biggest thing in Marvel history being Secret Wars. So you want to get people for when this builds up, you're building up this anticipation. So the Fantastic Four versus Namor can work. You don't have to kill them off. It's just a battle with the two of them. You know, we got to deal with the Fantastic Four in this world. All things start playing themselves out. Kang shows up maybe. He could be like a post-credit scene villain and everything going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, long history in the comics with the Fantastic Four. Love that. We were saying Kang variants. Could even be, we don't know at this point. We've met one Kang variant, and then we've seen in the trailer for Ant-Man another Kang variant. But like, who knows how many we'll see? And like, to the point of like, they could be potentially played by even different actors. They could look
Yeah.
very different. They could be from all kinds of different times and places and all this kind of stuff.
Give us a Lady Kang.
Lady Kang.
Lady Kang.
Oh,
Girl
who would you
boss
wanna play it, though?
Kang. Girl boss
Vera
Kang.
Kang,
Who do
the
you wanna play?
dressmaker.
Who do you want to play
I
it though?
don't
Yes.
know. I haven't decided
See,
yet.
I feel like that's the one thing. Like, if you do a Lady Kang, who plays
Carol
her?
Kang.
Carol Kang.
You make me feel like a natural conqueror.
There it is.
Ooh.
See, we were on the same page.
I love that. Oh, okay, great. It's like Carl Weathers and Arnie and Predator right there.
Yeah, see, you got to host with us.
I get it. Yeah, and so one of the things that Long talked about, again, Fantastic Four is just in the scripting stage. We haven't gotten any casting news, things like that. But like Long rumored that this could be set in a time that is not the modern MCU.
I would love.
Right? Fantastic Four is like one of the oldest Marvel properties. This could be, at least begin in the 60s.
Yes.
Also
Yeah.
known to do some
Yeah.
time traveling of their own. So like, you know, and then they maybe travel to the future, present, something like that. You know, it could be a kind of a different genre feel to it
Yes.
than most of the other Marvel properties.
A friend of ours, comedian and writer named Dan McNeil, wrote a brilliant treatment for a Mad Men style Fantastic Four story, like
that's
for a
great.
comic book run. It's so good. I don't know if it'll ever get made. I hope it does. I mean, because he said it in the '60s, and it was like all of the tropes of how awful people were then, but with Fantastic Four powers. It was.
I just want them to call it Days of Future Past 2.
Yeah.
And then it's just all the same awesome 60s costumes.
Yes.
But also, if you do the 60s, which I'm hoping they do it because, again, just do the first act of the movie in the 60s.
Yeah.
Just the first act. But also, the one beautiful thing you'll get is King T'Chaka.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You can get King T'Chaka.
And we know, like, there'll be a Howard Stark floating around.
Yes, there will.
somewhere.
Oh,
Like,
there
we know
sure
some
Peggy Carter.
Peggy
Carter's out
Carter.
there.
Hank Pym, all these people.
Howling Commandos could just come ripping up.
All these people we think about, in the more present and forward MCU could just be there in that first act. That's it.
Did we find out that Peggy Carter went through an LSD phase in the
Yeah,
60s?
She was for the streets.
Yeah.
We found out Peggy Carter was for the streets.
Yeah.
And when Steve went in the ice, her and the Howling Commandos went out, and then they went in. If you get what I'm saying.
All right, howling. Yeah, I love that. I also think there's a decent chance when we meet the Fantastic Four, obviously it's going to be, Marvel's going to really invest in that. They're going to want that to be a huge franchise, right? A lot of times, our kind of first movie villain is not the big, right? Like Vulture in Spider-Man Homecoming, right? Is not anybody's idea of the biggest Spider-Man villain, right?
Right.
But it was perfect because we mostly want to spend most of the movie with Spider-Man, right?
Right.
Not
Right.
establishing some, whenever Doom does show up, he's going to need a lot of airtime, right? We're going to want to invest in him.
He showed up in the
Right.
chat.
Okay. Oh, there he is, Dr. Doom, throwing out
one
super
delays
chats.
No one delays you.
I would have expected Latvian dollars, but
Yeah,
it's coming
American
through
currency.
in U.S. currency. Okay.
What's the exchange rate?
Yeah, what is that
Oh, actually,
exchange?
$5 American is 10.5 billion left there.
Oh wow, they're dealing with some inflation.
Doom
over there.
coins.
Okay. Yeah, very. Anyways, there's a lot to be discussed. Jeff
Dooms,
Schneider
like
will
dimes.
probably.
I was going to say Doom Dimes, but yeah, it's better.
Dimes.
Nope, yours is better.
I like
yield
yours.
to you, my queen.
I like yours.
my lady.
My lady. We give to you, my lady.
I want to say it's Friday. Act of mercy. Thank you for everyone for watching watching the show and for all the super chats. Thank you, the chat. We have our differences, but at the end of the day, we're all best friends. You better have liked and subscribed this, or I swear to God, I'm going to take something that you care about.
Oh my God.
Okay?
Sure, he will.
A kidney, a trinket from your little trash bin. Maybe I'll come to your house, throw up cinnamon barfs all over it from yesterday. I don't know. Maybe I take a plastic bag out of my car full of old baseball cards. I whip it at your mom's face.
No!
Just like and
Tommy.
subscribe, okay?
Tommy.
Tommy, no.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm definitely gonna. I'm just
might.
saying like and subscribe. 5, 4. Oh, sorry.
Okay, well, real quick, Tommy's about to do something, but MLS Beats has a great super chat. When do you think are we going to see the Fantastic Four before their movie?
I think we're just gonna get imagery. Baxter Building. I think we're gonna get a Baxter Building.
Yeah, we're not getting them.
Okay.
Because I think that's another surprise. I would love if we never got anything about the Fantastic Four, not a trailer.
Not even in the movie.
No, just nothing, just till the movie
movie's just
comes
a
out.
documentary about
There were once 4 people, and then they went to space.
Oh my God! Could you imagine if a Marvel movie was a retrospective on the topic of the movie? They're like, and then at the very end, they're like, they crash in through space. That would be a great special presentation, actually. If they did that on one of the X-Men
Yeah.
or like a Nightcrawler, they're like, Kurt Wagner hasn't been seen in years.
Well, and I think like one of the big riddles of the next 2 or 3 phases for Marvel is how they're going to incorporate these formerly Fox properties, right? Like, how do you justify the X-Men and the Fantastic Four? Why didn't they help out with all this other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where have they
Well,
been?
right. I think
And
it always has to be either,
Multiverse is obviously an option.
collision,
Yeah.
or they're new, or they have to give them new origins,
Yeah.
right? Like they're
Yeah.
emerging. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We want to thank Butcher Box for sponsoring the show today. Choo choo! The candy train is coming. It's Halloween weekend, or as Dennis call it, cha-ching! But rather than sweets, this weekend I'm turning to meats, thanks to Butcher's
Thank
Box.
you, Butcher Box.
With Butcher Box, I get peace of mind when it comes to buying meat. Butcher Box takes all the guesswork out of finding high-quality meat and seafood you can trust. And as a man who's had a lot of trust issues with his seafood, that is comforting. 100% grass-fed beef, free-range, organic chicken, pork, raised crate-free. You see pork in a crate? That ain't Butcher Box. That's some competitor. Slop box. You know what? And by the way, they're overpriced. Okay? Wild caught seafood. I'm talking seafood that disobeys its parents and lands straight in Neptune's net.
Nemo?
Nemo. We're looking for
Nemo.
Nemo. Well, guess what? He's on my plate. Yum, yum.
Okay.
Pixar out of my teeth. All right. It's always humanely raised, no antibiotics, no added hormones. gets you just what you want delivered right to your doorstep, or if you're like me, your butler grabs it through the gate from some peasant mailman. Free shipping for the continental U.S., no surprise fees. Choose from a variety of box plan options, from curated to customized. You want a box full of pork chops? They'll do it for you. You want a box full of salmon because you're a grizzly bear? Rah, rah, showing up to your door. ButcherBox is my new teammate in my never-ending quest to save better and save money, eat better and save money. They're like Josh Allen. I'm like Gabe Davis. Toe drag on the end zone line. That's 6 for the Buffalo Bills over the Packers. The main course for Thanksgiving dinner can sometimes be a main source of stress. Not anymore. Tell Tony to put his tofurkey in his freezer because ButcherBox is offering our listeners free turkey with their first order. Sign up today at butcherbox.com/breakroom to get 1 10 to 14 pound turkey free in your first box. That's butcherbox.com/breakroom. Use the code to help us, guys. Use the code BREAKROOM to claim this deal. It makes us look good. ButcherBox is happy with us. Zach and I need our meat treats. Whitney loves the bacon.
I sure do.
I want a box of salmon now. I want a whole ass box of salmon.
Jay just gets a 40-pound rump roast delivered in a box once a month.
40 pounds.
Yeah.
Good
I
God.
curl it. Don't even eat it.
He just uses it for working out. And once again, all week and for the last couple of weeks, we cannot thank Pluto TV enough for sponsoring the Break Room and our House of Dragon finale. Pluto TV offers hundreds of free live channels and thousands of free on-demand movies. You don't gotta leave your house.
No.
Why
Who
would
wants
you?
to do that? Also, I just want to shout
Disgusting.
out, New Rockstars will be releasing an all ads Tommy podcast some point soon, where it's just, they're not even, the sponsors aren't even paying us. It's just entertaining. To hear Tommy read ads.
Let's put it
It's
this
great.
way. I am for sale in every way you can think of. It's not for mandatory fun.
Oh, a whisper. That's pretty fun.
It's a spooky mandatory.
Oh, no.
It was late last night. I was up real late. I didn't have a female date. I was home alone, eating cookies and cake. When I realized I was watching deep fakes. I watched deep fakes. That's not Anne Hathaway. I watched deep fakes. There's no way Scarlett Johansson did a gangbang. I watched deep fakes.
Whoa.
It was gone in a flash. I watched deep fakes. Anyway,
There's no way.
that's my Halloween.
That was the
banger
event. That was a
presented
real
by
end
Brazzers.
And that's I've heard of Boris Karloff. That's Boris Tugoff.
Oh, sure is.
It's giving you the Black Widow you really want.
All right, guys. Deep fakes, no good. Don't support that. That technology is terrifying. It's toxic if you do. All I did, the only banging I watched was Tom Brady's head against the ground as he was slaughtered on Thursday Night Football.
Wow.
And slaughtered and divorced now.
Oh,
sorry.
we're not going to spill the divorce tea yet, but that's what happens when you turn your back on your family. Anyway.
The father for 13 days.
Mandatory fun. I was in my mansion this morning. I went outside to walk my Shetland ponies when a man in a scarecrow mask handed me a bowl of candy, and I thought, oh, that's generous. A man in a scarecrow mask. He told me not to worry. Everything was legit with the candy. So I said, that's great. I have 3 people I really adore coming on the show. There's 4 pieces of candy in here. There's no way it's laced with anything.
No
Let's do some
way.
trick-or-treating.
I'd
So
love
guys,
to.
this is pretty cool. Scarecrow man, gave me this bucket of candy.
In the
I love-
McDonald's adult.
So
I love
cool.
candy.
I just hooked my jeans on my chair and almost dropped trowel. The entire audience. Okay, Zach, you want to go
Can't do that
first?
till we get a bigger
Trick or
donation.
treat. No, again,
Ooh.
these are not lace. These are
Oh my
perfectly
God.
natural.
And this is
no additives.
this is a share size Snickers, I gotta say. The scarecrow was feeling generous. Now there's like a piece of paper in here.
Oh
Tommy.
no, I'm sure it's just normal. You can go ahead and eat it.
Should I read the piece of paper maybe?
Well, once you've
Maybe.
touched it, it's already in your system. So
Oh my
whatever's in
God.
there, you have to.
Okay,
obey.
now the paper is
it's taped on.
it's
Oh, I
taped on
see.
in a precarious
It's
manner.
taped
here.
on.
Okay, I guess I owe it to the scarecrow to at least read the message. Okay. Oh, whoa. This is on topic, I guess. Spoiler: Henry Cavill will be playing Perry White, while Timothy Chalamet will be playing Superman.
Oh no! So these are laced with bad things. These are trick candies, you guys.
Oh no!
The Scarecrow
I
gave us
just wanted a
trick candy.
treat.
Treat? That's a
Scarecrow
treat.
is a demon. Because this one is, oh wow. Truth serum. Admit one geek movie you don't like. Y'all gonna have to come to me last. Because I'm gonna go on a rant about this one.
Okay.
Oh no.
What's yours?
What's
say?
yours?
Oh no, mine's gonna be sad. Mine's F, Marry, Kill, Harley Quinn, Eddie Munson and Keanu Reeves. One of them already died. I'm not making him go through that again. Geez. Okay, so then I'm definitely...
you nasty bastard.
That's a nasty, nasty question. Okay, so I'm going to F Harley Quinn, obviously. She looks so fun. Yeah. And then I'm going to definitely marry Eddie Munson because he deserves a second shot at life. I'm only killing Keanu Reeves because he hasn't died yet.
Because you're a huge Matthew Perry fan.
I'm a huge Matthew Perry fan, and I agree with him.
Keanu's had a nice full life.
He's had like a nice full life. He had a good run.
We want more of him, but still.
I'm sorry, he's old enough to die, and Eddie Munson was a teen.
He's a teen. You are killing off the world's greatest treasure.
I agree, but I also agree with Whitney. Now this is crazy. Mine just says clown show. Do a scene where you are both Macho Man introducing himself to Al Pacino.
Oh my God.
Okay, well I have to do it. It's in my laced candy bar.
El Pacino. My name is Randy Macho Buffo, and I'm the Macho Man, and I think you're a fabulous actor. Oh, hey there, Randy. I'm El Pacino, and she's got a great ass. I'm talking about Miss Elizabeth. These inches are everywhere in my pants. All right. Oh, El Pacino. Why are you talking about my wife that way? Lower the cage. I'm gonna fight you. Oh, you don't gotta do that. King guy, I am. What's that, Scarface? You cockroach. Hey, I'm Scarface, baby.
They're melding a little bit.
I can't stop. I can't stop.
Macho Man Al Pacino over
He
there.
did Macho Man Alpha Savage.
Damn.
All right. Oh, yeah. But we got some good candy. Hey, that was great. Again,
Jay has to do his stuff.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, Truth Serum. Admit one geek movie you don't like. Zack Snyder's overindulgence of him damn self in a Snyderverse movie that was 4 unnecessary freaking hours long. He could have been like 30-something minutes less and it would have been a perfect movie. But no, this dickhead had to be like, I need more slow motion and make it seem like the black dude does a lot. Except be a creep. Because nobody really wants to talk about the fact that Cyborg stalked a woman at the ATM, saw her life was in shambles, and was like, I'm going to help her. You are a criminal, okay? You are a crook and your daddy don't love you either. I wonder, I need to make sure we see Icelandic women sing when Jason Momoa takes his shirt off and go in the cold ass water. For what? Okay, there we go. I'm done.
That's a wonderful note to wrap on. We hope.
Beautiful.
What's that? Oh, we owe some more redemptions. Now I'll do a dare if anybody else is feeling
I haven't done
frisky.
any yet.
Yeah,
Let me do it.
what you want to do? Dare or Truth?
I want to do Dare.
Okay, this is, again, these were all of these are Truth or Dares written by Jessica Clemons.
Oh my God, this is great.
They're pretty strange. Mine is literally recite the Pledge of Allegiance while looking into the eyes of the person to your left.
Fuck yeah.
That's Tommy Bechtold. Pledge of Allegiance. Let's see. I probably haven't said this since 6th grade. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice and liberty.
Liberty and
all.
justice.
Okay, I flipped it. Okay.
Back when I was a little kid, I used to have to do the Christian flag salute
Oh,
as
yeah?
well as
The
the
what?
And that brings me to my dare. For the next 10 minutes, I have to interrupt people with personal anecdotes.
Oh, great. Well, I'm going to do my truth. Have you ever pooped your pants as an adult? If so, why? The answer is yes, but there's a more recent anecdote that I'd like to
Tommy.
tell. And that's last night. I was driving home from work late one night, and I gave myself an awful fright. I had drinking too much of my Coke Zero. The toilet bowl was going to be my hero. I started to sprint. Upstairs. I started to sprint. I had the raised up hairs on my neck. Then I pissed my jeans. I didn't make it. It was a grisly scene. I pissed a softball size stain in my jeans. I'm 38 years old and I have no wife and children. Happy Halloween, everyone. The costume I'm going as is clown and I wear it every day.
Oh my God.
Mine's is Truth. What's the meanest thing you've ever said to your mom? Rest in peace, Mama. I love you. But I once told my mom, I can hear you having sex with your man and the shit sounds horrible. You sound like a dying dolphin.
Oh my God! I love that you ever said that. I love that you just recalled it right now. That's incredible. Oh, Jessica Clemons in the chat.
Oh, sorry, I have to interrupt because I have a really cool personal anecdote. When I was about 10, I learned the word plebeian in social studies class, and I thought my mom would never know what it meant. And so I started calling my mom a plebeian all the time because I thought it was cool and that she wouldn't know. I got so grounded so fast. I got so grounded.
Shout out to all the moms. Shout out to the moms in the chat watching. Shout out to all the moms of folks on this show, living and dead. Shout out to all the uncomfortable experiences we've had with our moms. That's wonderful. And thanks to the folks, Super Chat, MLS Beads, pushing us to do some more dares. Jessica Clemens saying, confused but love this Al Pacino savage. We all did. Rupert Jameson, Air Force Reserve Sergeant Walker, Jacob Beach. Also, Justin Gillespie. Happy birthday, Justin Gillespie.
Happy birthday, Justin.
Happy birthday.
Lots of,
birthday, sorry,
again, Dr. Doom, Corey Candrilli in the chat. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that's been with us all week. This was a wild-ass week on the break room, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We got 2 trailers this week. We probably won't get 2 trailers next week, but we will get some more Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
We're going to go see it 2 weeks. Okay, not quite.
Who
next
knows
week,
what'll leak this week?
No, we'll avoid leaks. But we look forward to seeing you next week.
I'm about to make another softball. Let's wrap this up.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you to Pluto TV, offering hundreds of free live channels and thousands of free on-demand movies. Bless you. Check out New Rockstars. Like and subscribe. Follow us on socials. Follow Jay. Jay, what's your social handle?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Please follow me at Mr. J Washington, M-R-J-A-Y. You should know how to spell Washington. I promise you, you will not be disappointed on Instagram, nor on Twitter or TikTok if they don't ban me for being black.
Also, he does live shows of the stand-up and occasionally the wrestling variety.
Yes, I'll be all over everywhere. If you're in the Los Angeles area, we're working on some things right now for the beginning of 2023. I'll be on the road doing a lot of stand-up. No more wrestling shows as of right now for the rest of the year, but after this, I got 2 shows tonight. I'm shows tomorrow, next day. It's just been blessed every day. And check out American Gigolo on Showtime. I'm in the season finale.
And Whitney, do you want to plug your social media?
Oh yeah, hi, I'm Whitney, at Whitney Puppy, because I like puppies and my name is Whitney. Go follow me. That's it.
And Tommy, you're not allowed on social media.
No, I've been banned by the
No,
CIA, but you
banned
can follow me in my
immediately.
secret social network. My profile name is Daddy Sugarcane, and all I talk about is sweet treats.
Oh shit, interrupting again with a personal anecdote that I just realized that's actually relevant. You should follow Pugsley, my dog, the pug that you saw in the beginning. He's at Pugsley, P-U-G-S-L-E-Y, __ Adams, A-D-D-A-M-S, spelled like the Adams family. Go follow him, he's really cute.
All of that, and have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Have
everybody.
a great Halloween. Everybody be safe. Don't do anything crazy.
Keep it Gucci to Moochie. Later, skaters.